y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kathy. I live in Virginia. I'm a stay-at-home homeschooling mama, and we do everything antiquing, thrifting, and homemaking here on this channel. If that sounds like something that you enjoy, you have come to the right place. If you haven't already, I would kindly ask that you like and subscribe to this channel and make sure to have that notification bell on so you'll be reminded every time I post a new video. In today's video, I am taking you guys to my absolute favorite antique store here in Virginia. I have taken everybody that I know to this antique store. If they come in to visit me from out of town, out of state, my aunts, when they came in from Indiana, I took them to this antique store because it is the best antique store in my area. If you're not from around here, then let me introduce you to the Factory Antique Mall. This antique mall is absolutely incredible. It states that it is the largest antique store in America with over 150,000 square feet. Y'all, when I say that this is my favorite antique store, I absolutely love this place. We used to live here in Verona several years ago, and this would be where I would come to, waste an afternoon, or if I just needed to get away for a little while, this is where I would come. And it is very easy for me to spend a lot of time here. In fact, on this day when I was recording, I spent over 4 hours here. So that is why this video will be a two-part series, because I could not possibly get 4 hours of awesome goodness antiquing into a short video. So sit back, get your coffee, and prepare for this incredible Factory Antique Mall, or as we affectionately call it, the FAM. So we made it to the Factory Antique Mall. So let's go inside. Let's see what we can find today. All right, y'all, I would love to hear down in the comments if you are local or if you have visited from out of state or out of town and you've actually been to the Factory Antique Mall. Let us know, what was your favorite thing, or what was the most memorable thing for you when you visited for your first time? Share it in the comments. So I got here just after noon on this day, and my first stop, of course, was going to be at the Bluebird Cafe. Y'all, this is the quaintest, sweetest little cafe they have right here inside the store, with an incredible menu and really good prices. I have tried the sandwiches, I have had the breakfast, I have had this chicken salad. Everything is delicious, and they are the friendliest people. So I would definitely encourage you, any trip to the antique mall is not complete without stopping and getting something to eat. And y'all, they even have a bakery with really, really good cakes and cookies that they serve. And they also take special orders. So if you're in the market and looking for something, this is definitely an incredible option. All right, now that we've had lunch, we are ready to start shopping. So I am going to take you guys through here. There is no possible way that I could even in 1 or 2 or 15 videos probably do this place justice. So what I want to do is share with you guys some of my absolute favorite booths. I am also going to put the names on the ones that I know the names on, as well as their code, because the Antique Mall has maps when you go in, and it'll have the booth code on there. So I'm going to put those on the screen so that if you are coming into the shop, you can absolutely find these booths based on their names and their codes. So I hope that is very helpful for you. So one of my first stops is this booth. I absolutely adore this booth. So she specializes in upcycling clothes, and she has the prettiest lace items and quilts. So I'm always sure to stop here. Y'all, on this day, she had some brand new items that I had not seen before, and I was so incredibly tempted. In fact, I left this day, and this has been several days since I recorded this video, y'all, and I am still thinking about a couple of these pieces. But I absolutely adore this. And again, she takes, I think, probably thrifted items or items that she finds, and then she upcycles them. So like this shirt, she added these ruffles and this lace details, and if you can see in this video, y'all, look at my sleeve. You know this girl from Mississippi loves some big sleeves and some lace. So I absolutely adore these pieces. But I think these would be so cute, when I'm out gardening or whatever, or even just, going out and shopping or whatever I'm doing, taking these items and elevating them. I absolutely love. All right, here is the first piece, y'all, that I am still thinking about several days later. Look at this dress. Look at these ruffles, y'all. I was about done for right here. This was the first swoon. But I didn't like that the front didn't have anything on it. If she would have put those ruffle trim on the front too, y'all, that would have came home with me in a heartbeat. And then look at the lace detail, of course. And this is the other piece that I am still thinking about. Look at this beautiful, beautiful coat. Goodness, y'all, even just watching it right now, look at the sleeve detail. I'm all about it. And then she had these aprons. Y'all, I'm about done for, and I'm only in the first booth. What am I going to do with myself? I think another thing that this antique mall is incredible at is these booth owners take their craft seriously and they elevate it. This booth, there are several like this within where they almost create its own building. And I feel like when I'm walking into booths like this, they've actually, created a mercantile, and I'm walking in and I was absolutely drawn to this desk. At first, I thought it was like a writer's desk, and up here at the top where this hole is, I'm like, okay, that's where the inkwell went. And I was surprised when I saw what they had on the tag. It was not what I thought it was, but it was absolutely stunning. And I was completely, y'all, this is another piece that if I could bring it home with me, it would have already been in my house and y'all would be seeing that video. So this is a relatively new booth. Maybe she's been here maybe a year or so, but this is Miss Emily's booth. I put on her Facebook information on there, but I absolutely love this booth. She does such an incredible job with her vignettes, and I think it's precious. She had this gorgeous scalloped magazine holder, and I thought this was such a beautiful way to display ironstone platters. And I almost came back for this, but I thought it was stunning. Beautiful. All right, and now I'm taking you to Amanda's Mercantile. This is another fellow YouTuber, and I absolutely have been following her for over 6 years now, and I have had the honor of meeting her in person. She is the sweetest lady, and I'm sure most of you probably are already subscribed to her channel, but she has the best stuff, y'all. I have bought so much from her, but I just enjoy going to her booth and seeing how she has things set up. I get such inspiration, but I would definitely invite you, if you haven't already, check out her channel. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So I saw in one of her recent videos, she had this incredible wardrobe, and I am completely, Y'all, I promise you, if I had room in my house right now, I mean, I just couldn't absolutely envision this gorgeous piece in my bedroom. It's gorgeous, and I wish I had a bigger house to put it in, because I would absolutely be coming home with me. So I have mentioned this in a previous video. I have absolutely drawn to beautifully curated booths that have, style, but I also like booths like this that it's kind of a hodgepodge of everything. I enjoy picking through these booths, y'all. And this booth had an incredible sale on, so of course I got in there and dug a little bit. So, I think absolutely your eye is drawn in first by beautiful things, but I absolutely love booths like that I can get a great deal and enjoy digging in. This booth, I feel like I don't know if they're getting ready to close this booth or something, because it was really empty and they had everything on sale, which is of course incredible. This mirror absolutely caught my attention, and $55, and then of course it was half off, but it was damaged and I didn't want to pay that much money on a project piece. So it didn't come home with me, but I really, really thought it was beautiful. And if it had been maybe half that price and then, had the discount on top of it, maybe it would have came home with me and that would have been worth it for me to repair it. But it just didn't. And then this booth, I have also bought a lot of ironstone out of. They usually have a pretty good selection. And you're going to see something in this video, and I realized it myself as I'm watching it and editing this video. Pieces that I am drawn to, they're all from England, y'all. All of them. Every single pattern that I picked up today, it's all English pottery, which, it makes sense. That is my dream, vacation. I wish I could put myself in the English countryside and have a beautiful cottage. So it all makes sense. But you're going to see me pick up several different pieces today. And as soon as I look on the back and look at the stamp, of course, it's an English ironstone piece. So, I absolutely loved these bowls right here, and I wish they would have had a plate, because it would have came home with me, because it would fit in perfectly with my winter decor. But all they had was the bowls, so I was a little disappointed there, but it was a very pretty pattern. Now, if you remember a couple of videos ago, I had my auction haul and I got a whole bunch of these stoneware crocks, and y'all, I didn't spend $40 on the entire lot, so it is a good idea to shop around. All right, here is another booth that I absolutely adore, and I've actually had the opportunity to meet and speak with the owner with her as well, and I'm putting her Facebook information on here. But she has the best primitive pieces, y'all. She had a cabinet that I am still thinking about, and it's probably been, a year or two ago, that she had in this back corner, and when I met with her, I actually spoke to her about it, that I'm still thinking about. And then she had this beautiful tabletop pie safe. Y'all, I'm still swooning right now watching this video. I'm thinking about this, and we have this snowstorm coming through that is preventing me from going to the antique mall tomorrow to see if I could go pick it up. But she has the most beautiful pieces, so I would absolutely encourage you, if you're not already, check her out on Facebook, check out this booth. She has incredible items. Next booth I'm taking you guys to, I absolutely adore and have bought several pieces from. They have what I call my staple base pieces. First thing I was drawn to, I loved those beautiful spring prints, but this is where I get my ideas for my boxes and my structuring pieces. She always has such incredible items like this, again, that I use to add to my vignettes, to add texture, to add movement. But I love adding these boxes and adding these pieces, and I just think it's beautiful. Gorgeous stool. And then of course she had some ironstone, Now, when I first started collecting ironstone, probably 6 years ago, this was my very first pattern, the Independence ironstone. I think it is absolutely beautiful. I love that it's more square and angular. It's still probably one of my favorite, and I actually have this teapot. And then ironically, of course, I talked about false graph in the last video. The one there on the right, I have that teapot as well, and it was the next pattern. I had never seen that Independence ironstone candlestick right there before, and I was very tempted, but she didn't have two. And this cabinet shelf right here was absolutely incredibly beautiful, and I just did not know where I was going to put it, but I was so drawn to it. And in this next booth, I wanted to show you guys, here is a booth that has just tons and tons of pottery, every brand. But I went through here, and I mentioned it earlier, I started picking up pieces that my eye was drawn to, and they were all from England. And some of these patterns I had never seen before, but I just thought they were so beautiful. They had this pattern that I was like, this would be perfect for the winter, and it had this snow scene. And then I found one here in just a minute that's like spring and summer, and they were just absolutely gorgeous. So, this is definitely a booth that I'm going to spend some time in. Now, this is not something that I personally decorate with, but I know this blue and white is really, really popular right now. So I wanted to make sure that I included it, because I know some of y'all are loving this. And I think it's beautiful. Beautiful for the winter, beautiful for the spring, summer. I think it's great. So this next booth is another one. Check her out on Facebook, but I get so much inspiration from this booth. She has the most beautiful primitive pieces, as well as just the way she puts her vignettes together. It's absolutely stunning. The first thing I saw were these gorgeous Americana pillows. Y'all, I think would be perfect for my summer decor. Last year was the first year that I actually decorated. I am not typically a seasons decorator. I was always just fall and Christmas, but last year I added, for summer I did Americana, and that would fit in so well with what I did. But she just had some beautiful things today that I will give you a spoiler in the next video. I did purchase from this booth today, but she just has such beautiful pieces put together. I am constantly get inspiration and just absolutely spend so much time in this booth just looking at different things and just absolutely inspired by it. It's just incredible. All right, this next booth is another booth that is just so beautifully put together. The first thing that I was drawn in by today in this booth was those gorgeous lace tablecloths. I thought they were absolutely stunning. And then she had this beautiful wardrobe bookcase here to the right, you're going to see here shortly, that was just absolutely stunning. Now, I have mentioned this in this video a couple times, but I want to point out again, guys, there is no way that I could absolutely do this store justice. Again, I spent almost 5 hours in this store today recording, and I honestly didn't even hit maybe even a quarter of the store. So I wanted to hit the booths that I have personally purchased from over the years multiple times, and they are what I consider my favorite booths. So that's what I am showing you today, but each one has its own special touch that I absolutely love. This next booth is actually its own kind of store. It's a very huge space, but it feels like you are walking back into time. I absolutely love this store. And again, I have so much inspiration, these pieces. I absolutely love this cabinet. Y'all, it was probably 4 foot tall or something like that on top of that. It was beautiful and I absolutely loved it. Another thing that I come here for is they always have these primitive lights and primitive candles over here that I love. I've bought these scents before, and they had these new candles, and I was just curious. I know this is probably wrong, but I did it, y'all. I looked to see these candles, and I was able to find that they do have them available on Amazon. So I did check them out. I'm putting the information on here because it's a reminder to me as well. You know, if I need some more candles, I can also check them out. But I think they're very pretty. They usually have, I normally go for like the off-white or the ivory candles, which they didn't have today. So I didn't bring any home, but I do love them. Now this table has been in here for a little while, but how beautiful would this be as like a kitchen island? Oh, I think it's absolutely stunning. I think it's beautiful, and I definitely envision having something like this in a future home. All right, so here is a dream piece for me, y'all. I absolutely love this piece. I was a little taken back by the price, not gonna lie, but I absolutely see something like this on my porch, and I would definitely do something like this with a potting station or to display some crocks, but I thought it was absolutely beautiful. Here's another booth. They are available on Facebook, but this is another booth. I feel like they just completely elevated it to a whole nother level, and they built like a little shack cabin in their booth space, and it just, again, it makes you feel like you are stepping back in time, actually in the space, and feel it. And I absolutely love this booth. All right, and now I'm taking you to, again, I keep saying this, one of my favorite booths, but I adore this booth. I have met with the owner several times and had an opportunity to speak with her, and she's just the sweetest lady. Check her out on Facebook. But she, again, y'all, these vignettes that they put together and the things that she, curates are just absolutely stunning. I have bought so much over the years from her. The thing that drew my attention, y'all, was this incredible bowl. I'm going to check it out. It was absolutely stunning. And I don't know. Every single time I find something new here, and it was just absolutely stunning and gorgeous. That is going to do it for this video for today. I promise you guys next week we're going to continue and pick up right here where we left off, and then we'll also have the haul. I hope everybody has a safe weekend. I know we have this storm coming in that's going to be affecting a lot of people. I pray that you stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you in the next video. Until next time, happy antiquing.